Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Now on today's video, I am going in search of what arguably is the most remote landscape photography in England. So it's going to be an adventure. It could be quite challenging, so I'd really love it if you were to come with me. Let's go. Before we get going today though, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you need a domain name, a website or an online store, make your next move with Squarespace. Now right at the start of this video, I can hear the keyboard warriors out there telling me, Adam, there's no way that can be the most remote landscape photography in England. And I'm not coming at this through any level of expertise or research or data. It's just my opinion. But it's not an opinion that I haven't thought about, because I'm coming at it with a four-pronged attack. I'll talk a bit more about the location in a little while. You'll have to stay tuned to hear more about that. Number one is the amount of time it's going to take you to get there. Number two is the amount of people that you will see during that hike or that day. Number three is the distance from any road. And number four is there's actually something to photograph at the end of it. And already today, I've had to drive to get to my parking spot about 4 miles down a private road. A very beautiful private road, but private all the same, with limited access depending on the time of the week that you come. I've already been walking for over an hour now, and I've got another couple of hours to go, I think. Maybe a bit shorter than that, depending how my fitness is doing at the moment. I've seen absolutely nobody, and I don't think I will for the rest of the day. This place does feel remote. It almost has a Scottish feel. Now, I am obviously specifically speaking about England here, so there are still well-defined footpaths, which is also another thing that's got going in its favour, is it's actually maybe not that difficult to get to. Well, I'm not there yet, so I don't totally know. But so far, with this weather, it's been really rather pleasant. There's some lovely high altitude cloud around as well, which could make the photography a bit later on really rather lovely. I'm already at a fork in the road, and I'm not sure whether I need to go left or go right. More than likely it's right and up the hill. We are in a remote location, so there is I don't have any phone signal at all. I'm onto satellite SOS. So yeah, I need to get my map out, have a look which way I'm going. I know I've got to go up at some point, so that's probably what's going to happen. Right, I'm set up for my first shot of the day because I like to get one in as early as possible. And there's enough going on here for me to get the camera out. Now, I know there's another set of people out there who would say, no, that's not remote at all. And I know that. It's England. There's not that much open land left. It's a small country with a lot of people. I'm looking for adventure. I'm looking for interesting and different places to photograph. So I just thought today I'd share that as part of the story, because I'm not getting any younger. I'm in my mid-40s now. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't afraid of anything. Now, there's quite a few things that make me fearful. And I think as you get older, there's a risk of your adventurous spirit dying away. And that became very obvious recently when I was saying to my wife that I wish there was more people around that could come and do this sort of photography with me. Friends and family and colleagues. But there isn't. I spend a lot of time by myself, and sometimes that makes me a little bit sad. It's difficult because you don't want to just be a slave to your boss for 5 days a week and just live for the weekend. That's not going to make you happy. At least go down to 4 days. Take a day to yourself every week to go and do your side hustle, whether it's landscape photography or making something else or spending time with friends. I did it. That's how I did it. I couldn't really afford it, but I took the day away from my old job to put into this. And it grew and it became the thing that I now do. Yeah, I think we can become more risk averse as we get old as well. And that's what drove me, I think, today, to try and get to the most remote spot I could. within distance of my house because, like everybody else, I have commitments away from this. I have 2 children and things, so there's stuff to do. But right now, the only thing I need to think about doing is taking this photograph after that little rant. It's not massively exciting, but like I said, it's enough to make me want to take the picture. I've got this whole host of winter silver birch around, and they have that almost maroon magenta type look to the branches, apart from the very white bark on the trunks. Then I've got the valley kind of winding its way round, and the horizon line of the top of the hills is split up by the mountain or the hill in the distance there, which has a really nice shape to it, really nice form. So that's what I'm photographing. It's got some lovely sort of late afternoon light coming across the scene that way as well, which I think is going to be pretty lovely. Just a single shot at f11, ISO 100 and 1/100th of a second for these current lighting conditions. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just to get a shot in the can and get the day going, I think that's going to be just right. I do love coming on these little adventures. And one thing I couldn't quite figure out was how to shoot those 2 raggly old silver birch there. They both look fantastic, some beautiful forms and the shapes, but I just can't get the right angle to kind of isolate them from the background and make it into an interesting photograph. Look at these ones here. The whiteness of the branches is fantastic. I just can't quite work out how I could photograph them. Let's do it. Let's go down the hill a little bit. Whoa! Let's not fall today, since I am in a remote spot. Twist an ankle or anything, then that's it. For me, that doesn't work. It just gets totally lost in that hill in the background. But on a foggy day, then maybe it would work. Right, let's see if I can get back out of here without falling over. Definitely know it's remote-ish when you lose the path, which I have done at the moment. I know I'm not far away, but it was getting very boggy and very difficult, and then I kind of lost it. I know it's here somewhere, but I can't really make it out. That's possibly it. It doesn't really matter. I just need to trudge to the top really, any way that I can now. And then hopefully a new view will open up in that direction as well. Right, I pretty much made it to my destination. I'll show you that in a minute, but that last bit of that walk was super sketchy. Oh man, pretty much the whole of the top of this moor is just one big peat bog, and your feet sink into it and it sort of sucks them in. But I have been rewarded with what is just a fantastic place. Look at this rock formation here. This is called Crow Stones. So I'm in the Peak District, high up in the north part of the Peak District, kind of northwest of Sheffield. It's probably about 4 or 5 miles in every direction to the nearest road. But yeah, what a reward. Oh, let's just turn around. Look at this little spot here. That is awesome. You get quite a few rock formations like this in the Peak District, but I think this is probably one of the better ones that I've seen. Let's make our way through it, because now I'm here, I really haven't got any clue how I'm going to shoot it. I think what's fairly obvious is that it needs to be this side. Whoa! Oh, sketchy terrain. I think probably this bit of it's going to be the thing to shoot, because the sun is going to be setting over in the west there, so it's going to hit this edge. I do like the shape of this bit here. Oh, it's not going to be as easy as I thought it was going to be though. It feels like one of those places you could explore for a long time and still not get it right. Oh, I don't know now. Kind of thrown by that walk. It was proper sketchy. My feet went sort of ankle deep several times. It wasn't easy going, so I'm a bit tired now, and I'm not looking forward to the walk back. And that's now playing in the back of my mind. So I'm going to have a little bit of something to eat, I think, a little look around, and then get a good spot for sunset. Right, I've had some food, feeling much more positive again. I've had a good scout around and I've found 2 compositions. So I'm just going to wait for sunset. But as you know, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Now, in my opinion, Squarespace is just the best place for photographers to build their own website. And the primary reason for that is, apart from them looking stunning and beautiful and professional, they are just so easy to create. And that's now even easier by using their new AI tools. They have AI design intelligence, which will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. You can create custom templates, or if you need them to write, you need it to write copy for you, some words to put on your website, which is often the hardest bit. It will do that for you as well. You can still use one of their beautiful templates and put some of your images, a few of your words on there, and then before you know it, you will have a unique and beautiful looking website. Having a website, a place where you can publish and share your pictures in big, bold and beautiful formats. I think every photographer should at least once in their life have a website. The other beautiful thing about Squarespace is it will grow with you. So once you're done with your gallery, you can then create an online store. If you want to start selling things like books or prints or what do photographers sell? Calendars, mugs, pictures, prints, anything you can think of. But it also has a membership system as well. So if you want to have subscribers coming to your website for your premium content, then you can do that just as easily with Squarespace. They have award-winning customer service. I've been using them for years. I just wish I had discovered them earlier in my photography journey. So go to squarespace.com or click the link down below, build your site, and then if you like what you've created, use the offer code FIRSTMAN. That's right, FIRSTMAN. Tell them that I sent you there, and then you win, I win for sending you there, and they win. We all win. It's a beautiful thing. Right, so I'm about to set up for my first sort of evening, sunset, golden hour shot. But when I was scouting it earlier, I did it on my phone at the widest angle. It's the 0.5x, whatever that means. But what it does mean is wider than 16 millimeters, which is the widest I can go with my holy trinity of lenses. So I actually can't make this image here, but I'm going to try and do something a little bit similar, but it's going to involve a ridiculous climb onto this rock here, which is again not what I want to be doing, and it's pretty sketchy. I've got this peat stuff all over my shoes as well, so it becomes a little bit slippery, but let's see if we can do it. Oh my god. And right, I think I need to come back a little bit, get as close to the edge as possible. Thing is, I'm not even convinced this is going to be a great shot, so I just want to get it done as quickly as possible. There's also some chance that the sun will disappear behind the clouds on the horizon. So I just want to get this shot. Actually, that's looking pretty nice. The only problem is the little bit of muddy patch around there. And I made the mistake of walking through it earlier, so it's messied the foreground up a little bit. I might have to do a little bit of blurring or masking or something. I'm going to bracket it as well, which is already set. Let's just shoot. I need to get something in the can. I've come all this way. And I don't want to go home empty-handed. So I think I'm just going to get this one done quickly and then get into the final position, which I know is a good shot. Focusing on the stack itself, like that. Right, I'm set up for my last shot of the day, and the camera is just down there on the floor because I wanted to get this rock here in the foreground with the rock there with that really beautiful shape. I love that. I think any photographer that comes here is going to be attracted to that particular rock right there. It just looks fantastic. Amazing shape, an amazing kind of, I mean, it doesn't look like it should be able to stand up, but it is. Then I've got these two here in the right-hand side of the frame, so there's a lot going on. It's really windy, but the sun has disappeared, unfortunately, behind the cloud at the moment, but I did manage to get one in the can just as I was setting up. One thing that's really bothering me though is right in the distance, probably can't see, but right in the distance there are some wind turbines which just look dreadful. Kind of ruining the place for me a little bit. I'm feeling good though, it's looking beautiful. It's just the wind's brutal and it's kind of killing any immediate enjoyment I'm getting out of this now. I'm also very aware that I've got a very sketchy walk, at least the first half of it, back to the car. And I'm not looking forward to it. You've got to graft for your craft, as Mally Davis would say, or suffer for your art, don't you? Yeah, I'm done with the wind. I'm done. I'm packing up and I'm going home. Oh, also, don't forget to hit the link down below where you can consider becoming a patron to support me and to keep making videos like this. I've got unfinished business here though. I will definitely be back. Goodbye.